entered a few of the YCS side events with it, and I think the best that I did off the top of my head was I came second at one of the winter map events, and lost in time, which is always sad to lose in time, especially to salamangreat, considering recursion versus must kill you as quick as possible is sad time. It's very, very sad times. But overall, the deck actually did perform better than I expected. And I think it's going to do better going into the format, especially with the Brave stuff in, because a deck of 15? Yeah, I think it's about 15 hand traps really does well for the format. So enough of the side story of it, into the deck we go. So we play still the same old 3 Sting the Poison. This is the Searcher as well as a Monster Negate. You contribute 1 other insect to negate a monster on the field. I've used it mainly as a summoning back of pack 1 Seraph, so then I have 3 negate during my opponent's turn, and the amount of times that my opponents had a Zeus on board and left me with an insect, I just go normal this and don't worry about the Zeus whatsoever. 3 Pin the Bullseye. It's an extender if you control an insect, and also buzz your opponent 200 really does come up, especially when time gets called. And then we have 1 Obelisk. This is the Reborn, so it summons back any level 3 or lower insect from the graveyard. The main targets are Sting the Poison and Beetroppoer, but the other effect is if it's destroyed by an opponent's card, either by possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, it lets me summon the Beetrooper from deck. So if you don't have a very good start, you can just ram this into one of your opponent's monsters and use it to summon Sting the Poison as a starter. Then we play the 2 Beetroppoers. Some people have been playing this 1. I prefer playing it at 2 because it gives you extra recursion during your turn, and we don't play the Neptune in the build, so we need the second one of this. The main reason why we don't play the Neptune is because it's a dead card in hand. All the cards right now, except for the handful of bricks for the DPE package, as well as the big insects, all can extend themselves, while Neptune you need to have things already banished, and it's just sad. It's just sad if you don't have access to it, because then it just sits in your hand and its revival effect isn't as good as I originally thought it would be. Then for extenders we play 3 Scale Bomber. If you control an insect, if an insect is summoned, you can summon this, so you can chain block your Sting the Poison to summon it, and then it destroys a monster by attributing an insect if the monster activates effects. We play 1 Assault Roller. This gets played over the Aztec EP because this can be normal summon, the Aztec EP cannot be, as well as the fact of it can be searched off. It's one of the targets that can be searched off Beetroppoer if it's sent to the graveyard, so you can summon Pole, search this, and then it's just a free extender. Then the obligatory 3 Resonance Insect. This card does not say once per turn on it, so you don't play any less than it. You can use this to go straight into All Mirage and then make a free DP from there, or if you don't have any other extenders, you just go this into. So if you don't have any really good plays, you can go this into All Mirage and then search Sting Lancer. And if your opponent's already hand trapped you, then you can use it to make a free DPE. 3 Retaliating Sea. This card is very, very good, especially with the Brave stuff coming out, because the Brave stuff actually summons tokens, so you can summon this to your field, and then when it's summoned off its own effect, it becomes a Macrocosmos, and then when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can use it to search a Earth Insect monster, so you can use it to search the Resonance Insect, you can use it to search the Resonance Insects, the Beetroppoer, and those are the targets for it. It's a shame Maxi didn't come back, because Maxi came back was broken, so you would have free access to it all the time. And then for the bigger insects, we play 2 Sting Lancer and 1 Doomdozer. Doomdozer is just a free extender in the sense of if you send the Resonance Insect to the graveyard and you have another insect, it gives you free access because you use the insect effect to send the Beetroppoer for a free search. And Sting Lancer, this card is just amazing in so many different ways for the sole fact that if your opponent has a DPE, if they use its effect, you can put it back straight away, and it's just another extender during your turn. If your opponent hand traps you, it gives you a free monster as well as a free search into one of the spells that summons a monster. And then for the end of it, we just have the 2 bricks for the DPE package, and then for the remainder of the hand traps, we play 2 Lanzia, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Ash Blossom. The reason why we play this ratio of hand traps is Ash actually does still put in a lot of effort into a lot of decks. If you Ash something at the right time, it comes up quite a lot. Lancia, it's because Brave tokens have become a good thing. Because Eldlich has become a better deck now because of the skill drains coming back, as well as Phantom Knight's become a good deck, and Control Tri-Brigade has become very good as well. So it's the fact of if you Lancia them, it just shuts them down, and all you need is one turn in this deck, and then you just get 3 wins. And then for the spells, the 2 DP, there's 2 Fusion Destiny, the 2 Beetrooper Descent, and the 1 Foolish Burial. I decided to play the Foolish over anything else when the Fusion Destiny got put to 2, for the fact of you can use it to send the Goki Pole and it just becomes a free starter from there. Or if you already have Doom Dozer or things like that in hand, you can use it to send you can use it to send Resonance Insect, so that you can banish to get free stuff. So you can Foolish Burial to send the Goki Pole to graveyard for a free search, or you can use it to Foolish Burial any of your starter insects if you open the Obelisk in hand to get free access into anything else that you need. And then the last hand traps are 3 Impermanents. Imperm's still very, very good as a card. I don't really know what else to say besides Imperm's Imperm. And then for the extra deck, we have the 1 Salamangreat Mirage. This is just if you open up really bad, you can just link off into this. You can link off into this and get free search. 1 Link Spider in front of the Bureau's you, it gives you access to go into your Verte. 2 Armor Horn, because it gives additional normal summon and it revives from the grave. I haven't used the revive from the grave during the first turn because there are very few decks that actually will banish this from the graveyard during mine, and I need it as an extended to make the free Papillon Seraph during my follow-up. You've also got to be careful because this actually locks you into insects, so the only things that you'll be making is the Beetrooper rank 4, the Papillon Seraph or Pico Rafina. We play the 1 Pico. We play the 1 Pico for the sole fact of you can put it back with Sting Lancer, and after you've used its effect to equip, you already have resources in the graveyard to use as extenders during your following turn. 2 Papillon Seraph. This card is very good because it's reborn during your turn. It's just a sad thing that it's a hard once per turn, so when it's summoned, it's mandatory that it gains the counters. And then during your opponent's turn, it's the reborn, but it's a lot better if it wasn't hard once per turn. 1 Atlas. It hasn't come up that often as me summoning Atlas, but there are certain matchups where me summoning this means that my opponent cannot do anything to out the board. Because Atlas can't be destroyed by battle or card effects while it's got 3k or lower attack, so if I summon this against Lich, they have to crash over it because all the traps don't work on it. Yeah, it's really like the only time it's really come up for that. The 1 Wind Charmer, because it was either play the Wind Charmer or the Earth Charmer. The Earth Charmer doesn't come up as often because there's less stuff that you can revive from your opponent, and the Wind Charmer, it's just Baron de Fleur. You kill it and then you summon it to your field, so amazing like that. 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Unicorn, just as the Nightmare package for clearing away stuff. And then then we play 1 Halky Fibrax. It's because this is a tune-up, which I never really noticed until I actually read the cards properly. So you can go Hulk into this and then use these 2 to make a free Unicorn or a free, or you can use it to make a free Papillon Seraph if you're in a really bad situation. The 1 Blackluster Soldier, I'm playing this over Access Code Talker because 2 ports own Access Code. The fact that it cannot be there have been times where I have made this against a Life Twin matchup, swung into their monster and made it gain stats, and then because it was too big for Life Twins, they couldn't out it, and because it cannot be targeted by card effects or destroyed by card effects, once it reached to a certain stat line, Life Twin couldn't out it. And then finally we play the Verte and the DP. Self-explanatory, free popping is free popping, and it's better than the Dragoon options. Then for the side deck, I still think I'm going to change up some of it, but for now this is actually what I played for it. So I played the 1 Gandala because it was for the barrier statue and it was a win target, but now that the barrier statue doesn't exist, I'm probably going to change this out for Comongus because Comongus is weaker than it and the damage does come up. One Killer Needle, this is the target from Gokipole, so Gokipole's full effect is that if I add a Vanilla to the hand, I can special summon the Vanilla and then destroy one monster my opponent controls with their highest attack. And if you remember right, Killer Needle is actually the weakest insect target for it. We play the 2 Droll and Lockbird because sometimes it does come up more than Ash. The only reason I don't main it over the Ash, I'm debating whether or not I actually want to main this over Ash. I will have to do more testing to find out about it. 2 Token Collector, I am tempted to bump this up to 3 for the side deck because just some of these against swordsoul, if they do not have the it forces them to have to do awkward plays because most of the time when I've gone up against swordsoul, they do draw some form of an out to this, whether it's the fact that they already have access to the Vishuda or they have Chalice in the hand, but it still forces them to do awkward plays. Then we play 3 Mystic Mine because game 2, my opponent always sides out all their back row because of back row removal because this deck doesn't really play back row except for the Imperms. So you can just play this and you can just sit and wait for a while, or you can make just your small boards of big monsters and then just ram into your opponent for the game. The 1 Harpy's Feather and 2 Cosmics. I am thinking of playing the Cosmic 3 because Lanzia did not get, Scythe did not get hit, so Scythe is a big problem for this deck. If you can't access your extra deck, you're going to have a very, very bad day. And then the 3D barrier, because this isn't just for swordsoul. This stops Invoke because I just declare Fusion and it just can't play because the link monsters do nothing. Against Phantom Knight, I declare Exceed, and it can sometimes buy me the additional turn. It can buy me an additional turn because they can't make the big monsters that kill me straight away. So yeah, that's really it for the deck. The only things that I'll say again is I am tempted to start maining the Drolls because Droll actually seems to be doing a lot better than Ash Blossom because me stopping only one of my opponent's searches doesn't actually do as much as I would think it would, and because most of the meta decks now actually do chain blocking, Ash doesn't do as much as it would usually. This is going to be cut for a Comongus because Comongus actually puts in more work, and that stat difference actually does matter. For the fact is that Gandala Sting Lancer will crash into a Comongus while it won't crash into a Gandala. So it does actually matter in that regard. But besides that, I think that the list is actually kind of fine. It does what it needs to do. It's just one of those decks that you need to practice a lot to achieve, to be able to do the combos that you want to achieve. So yeah, that's really it, guys. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'll be signing out. Peace.